Yo, what is going on, guys? Aspect getting back once again in GTNH, and it's been a long time since I've been able to play, but I've been kind of playing on and off. I've been very busy with work. I had an update post, just had do a lot of overtime, and haven't had any time for Minecrafting, you know? So not much has changed around the base. One thing that I did update over here was my blood magic meteors. So I've been playing with this sort of like bit by bit whenever I can. I have some automation now over here. I forget what I went over last time. But I have a whole bunch of patterns in here now. So I had an evil plan to get indium on autocraft, and it's kind of working out now. There is a caveat to that, which we're going to see in a moment. But so let's take a look. I have the Advanced Assembly Machine 3. Basically, I programmed a whole lot of new meteors in, so we're going to take a look at what they were. Is this it? Yeah, okay. So the Advanced Assembly Machine 3 is making a pretty small meteor, which has galena in it. That's making the purified galena from my indium. And I also get silver, lead, cryolite. Sure, we like that as well. But that's not the primary reason I want that. I'm making chrome dust from heavy-duty alloy. Let's take a look at that. Tier 3s. And I do believe that each planet has their own ingot that has a meteor, or at least most of them seem to do. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. It's a bunch of random junk, to be honest. But some of it's useful, like the lead oxide. Already have enough of that. Like, I don't need that anymore. I'm making a little bit of plutonium from it now. But the main thing I wanted from that was chrome. You also get iridium ore, which is kind of interesting. So this other stuff, I don't know if I have a use for it, really. Like, I don't even know what this stuff is. Like, what does this do for me? Let's take a look. It makes an ingot. Yeah, I have no idea. If that has a use, let me know. Maybe I'll find out one day. The other one is the trinium and NaC oxide mixture. So let's take a look at the trinium ore. I think this is this was one of the different blocks that I identified super early on that I wanted. It doesn't seem to have it. There we go. So the field generator IV, this is the first one that I did, which is a pretty nice recipe. A lot of great stuff in here. Quantium's good, deep iron's good, ardite, draconium is really good. I'm gonna start using this pretty soon. So draconium cables, these are extremely good. These go up to UEV power and have extreme amounts of amperage. The problem is they're getting nerfed in the next update. Not sure if I'll update or not right away, or if I'll be able to power through and replace this with something even more upgraded by the time the update's out. We'll probably try to use them. And the nerf they got is like absurd. Their loss per meter went up to like 32 or 64 or something like that. But I'm probably gonna use them anyways because that's like how you're supposed to play the game right now, or that's a way to play the game in the update I'm in right now. So that's what we'll do. So next up is an LV emitter. I identified this one as being pretty good because I like the mica in it. So it also has some other stuff that I like in it, like copper's fine. This other stuff I kind of have on autocraft. Asbestos is pretty good as well. And yeah, sphalerite comes from this as well. So I also have that programmed in. So I'm making sphalerite and galena automatically with the meteors. And the last one's the graphite meteor. That's the exquisite diamond. This one is really, really nice. Let's take a look at it. It's just a huge ball of diamond. I don't need diamond. Whole ball of coal, and then a ton of graphite. The graphite's what you want because that makes graphene. So we get tons of that now. So, as we've seen, I'm able to create both of the products that go into indium. And if you forget the recipe for the dust, here it is. This is one recipe. I don't have these yet, the indium combs. I use this one. If I do get the indium bees, look at that increase in the efficiency, but honestly, I'm not interested in doing bees that badly. I'm sure I could get it done pretty quickly, but I don't know. I just find it boring. So we'll keep using this recipe for now. I also comically found out I had like 40 million lead zinc solution. So that's where all my zinc went, by the way. I forget if that was an issue, but yeah, I have a lot of zinc now. So the issue here with crafting indium, let's say I want to request like 100 of it even. It takes up a lot of crafting storage just because of the way that it is. I'm actually able to afford 1,000 of it, and it starts doing meteors in response to that. But the cool thing with that is, or the difficult thing with that is that it has a huge crafting plan size, and a lot of my crafting plans are starting to spiral to be larger and larger at this point. Ooh, before I forget, there's a crafting plan that I wanted to do, which was my precise casings. So I can make 84 of these right now and upgrade my assembly machines. So I only have one CPU that's big enough to make this stuff right now. So we're going to upgrade some CPUs. I know you can name them. I'm not sure how you do that, though. We have big craft going on here. That's going to take a while to get through. And I'm trying to remember what the biggest issue with this craft was for me. I feel like it was the cerium. This came from the samarium line, though. And I just need to kind of survive right now with the samarium that I can get and the cerium that I can get. Because pretty soon I have the samarium asteroid. So let's take a look at that. This is going to be really OP when I get this meteor. It's 80 million LP, which I don't think I have enough right now to do. I can't tell if that's 10 million or 80 million, but regardless, one day we will have the ZPM circuit assembler, and this meteor is just like ridiculously OP. It's the lanthanide meteor. You get like a small amount of indium out of it, but the samarium is what I want from that. Cesium, gallium, just a lot of highlights here. The yttrium is pretty cool too, actually. I like to see niobium. Yeah, we will get to that at some point. But yeah, I have this system over here at my vulcanize. I actually need to... There's a problem here. I never set up the fluids in here, so let's do that, actually. I think what I want in here is hydrogen, oxygen, obviously. What else? Helium, probably. And there's probably one that I'm forgetting, but I'll do it later. So we'll just drag these in. And get our boosts going. So this is the only thing in my base that's actually able to stress my power system right now, because these are all running with double LUV energy hatches. But with that discount, maybe it'll be a little bit better from the fluids. I don't know. Usually it kind of speeds it up. It doesn't necessarily reduce the energy cost, so. And then over here, it's the same idea as what you always use, where you have interfaces that just power fail. I just heard a power fail noise. That's not good. Yeah, this one failed over here. Shit. Yeah, that's not good. The cable loss must be getting a little bit much for this area over here. That's kind of a problem, actually. I have to upgrade my power, basically, is what we're starting to get at. It's been a while since we had to do that. How you not go through the wall? There we go. Let's take a look at what it says over here. Yeah, it's doing okay. I wonder why that failed. I guess the cable loss must be the reasoning. All my nukes are still here. Yeah, I don't want to add more nukes. I want to do something different for the power. Maybe I could temporarily add a bunch of them to beef up my power just a little bit, but I would rather do something more interesting. Or not even, this is interesting, but something new to me and do something different. Like, I know that fusion power is kind of lame in, like, the consensus on the Discord for the pack, but, like, I never did it before, so I'm kind of interested in it. So we're going to take a look at that for sure pretty soon. One more new setup that I made in the last couple weeks. So over here, I have a system to make me a ton of hydrogen now. Now, the recipe this is using, let's take a look. Where are my inputs? I'm, like, losing myself on this. Here we go. So down here, there is a recipe with methane and distilled water. So maybe it's easier to go for the methane. Where are we? This one right here. So methane gas plus distilled water equals some kind of carbon and then hydrogen. I don't care much for the carbon. I don't care if I really lose that, honestly. Maybe it's worth it to, like, break that in half to get the oxygen out of it. I don't really know. But I'm just stockpiling it. Maybe I'll deal with it later. But this is a super fast way to get a ton of hydrogen. So if I start this machine, it's gonna make, it just starts making it ridiculously fast, and I can't keep it supplied quickly enough. What I'll probably do is do maybe multiple input hatches that are being fed by this, because if I have two of them, I should be able to feed it quickly enough. But the real problem over here is that this distillation tower is not able to keep up quickly enough with this. And also, it's also throttled by the fact that it has to output to an actual output hatch and then into the super tank. It's just such a legacy system. I want to upgrade this significantly. And there is a machine that we can make to do that, which is the Dango, which is kind of like a upgraded distillation tower. I never made one before. The recipe's a little bit annoying, actually, because it takes a chem plant, but we can look into doing this. I think I got to upgrade my chem plant a lot as well, which probably shouldn't be that hard. I should have enough of this stuff on lock. So we'll look into that. There's two other machines I want to make right now, though, as well. One is the Mega Vacuum Freezer. I dislike this thing, to say the least. I think I'm going to hide it underneath my base. And then we're going to make fluid shapers. So these things are pretty cool, actually. So this is essentially just a fluid solidifier. and it gets very long, as you can see. The longer that it is, the better it is. I forget what the length of it does. What is it? I'm not going to read the whole tooltip. Oh yeah, the width actually affects the parallels for it. So yeah, we're going to go the full width, of course, you know. And we're going to make 2 of them, and it's going to be a universal setup, just like these ones over here, where 2 of them are going to be able to handle all the recipes, and we'll split them across each other and be really nice automation setup. These things are going to get upgraded as well. I think I'm waiting on the casings right now, but one thing I realized is that there is a spreadsheet out there. If I remember to link to it, I will. If I don't remember, let me know. It should be in the description, that has recommendations for how many slots to set aside for each of these. So the circuit ones, there's like 1,000 good recipes, so you need to have a lot of interfaces for it. So we're going to keep going on down the side over here like we've been doing, making more and more of these drives. Is this thing stuck? It looks like it's stuck. Yeah, that's awesome. Power loss, that's not good. Yeah, the base is starting to power fail again. That's not a good sign, guys. That's actually a bad sign, if I would say so. Maybe we should cancel some crafts and let things chill out for a minute. Like, you get canceled. We'll let you... This probably got messed up. How about I... This is annoying. I don't want to cancel that. It's going to mess things up, I think. We'll let that go all the way and see if what it's missing. Yeah, let's go ahead and find a spot for the Mega Vacuum Freezer. I need to work on addressing this power problem, I think. Or at least finding a better solution for something. Alright, I've been looking around the base, sort of diagnosing problems as they come up. One problem I just fixed recently, last night, was my alloy blast smelters. I had to wait like hours for these to be done. My precise casings are done, but man, it took forever because I needed to go and make so much signalium and lumium. So hopefully that's resolved now. I can add 4 more at any moment as well, and then even more than that, just keep going down the line, you know? And a similar idea to the vulcanized, where I just have a stocking input bus in the center here, which I actually forgot to put on. I actually got to throw in all of the different circuits. I didn't do that yet either, so I should do that before I forget that. I'll handle that in a little bit, though. The other problem down here is my power. I keep power failing stuff right now, and I think the problem with this is the 64 amp IV hatches I have still down here. So my ideas right now, I AFK a lot in this. Like, I only have a couple active hours of play a day, and my plutonium loops are completely renewable. So if I significantly upgrade my buffer, I'll be able to log on, do my active play time for like 3 to 4 hours, and then the rest of the time it'll buffer up. So there's 2 things we gotta do to accomplish that. Number 1 is upgrade these to LUV. I have a craft right now for the LUV 64 amp dynamo hatches, and these should last me quite a while until I gotta go to the ZPM ones eventually. You know how it is, but baby steps for now. So once this is done, I'm severely bottlenecked by my vacuum freezer right now. I'm still working off of only 2 vac freezers right now. They're both running at IV, I believe. No, they're LUV. Okay. But still, it's very slow, and this is a pretty obvious bottleneck for me. Let's see, where does it come in? Up here. Yeah, okay, that's a problem. I wanted to make the Mega Vac, but, I think I'm going to hold off on that for a little bit longer. I mean, according to that, I definitely need to do that, like, ASAP. But, I'm worried it's going to take too much power. I mean, we could just build it and upgrade the energy hatch later and see how it gets. Does it take priority over this, though? I'm not sure. Maybe I just multitask. Make this go, and then I go do the Mega Vac at the same time. That's probably a good idea. But yeah, the one thing that I need to get for the next tier of capacitor upgrades that I want to do. First off, I got to scan these so I can get that done pretty easily. Now, this recipe looks pretty complicated, but it's pretty easy. It's all stuff I know how to do, so... The only thing that's new, really, is the Naquadah alloy. And the NAC alloy is pretty simple to make. It's trinium and Naquadah dust, both of which we are obtaining from meteors infinitely and for free. And then carbon dust, so pretty easy. The only problem is that the NAC is a little bit difficult for me to make right now. I'm still using this like roundabout method where I'm making nuggets out of the base dust that comes out of the meteors. Not a great system, not a great setup, and it's also quite slow. So we'll limp by a little bit longer to get that Naquadah we need to get. Let's throw some more in, actually, while I'm thinking about it, so that'll go when I'm doing other things. More NAC being created in there. And yeah, then I take the nuggets and I throw them into my fluid extractor. And then from there, I turn it into ingots with my fluid solidifier. It's a problem. Oh, another news over here. I've blocked out a spot for the giant fluid shapers. I actually have almost everything I need for it. So maybe let's look at this too. I'm getting too many tasks, but let's actually upgrade these, I think. So I have my precise electronic unit casings, the upgraded ones. These are pretty easy to upgrade. I didn't actually do what I wanted to do with it. So I have my upgraded equal trade foci. Did I lose it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So you grab that. You gotta just make sure you find the casings. You don't click on the buses by accident. Okay. Yeah, this is annoying. They're not all touching, so it's a bit of a problem. Oh, there we go. Did it do it? Looks like they're struggling to form. Maybe it's supposed to look like that. I don't know. Looks messed up, though. How many casings do I have? 42. Yeah, so that should be correct. Okay, we'll see if that thing runs next time I try to use it, I guess. Yeah, it looks like they work. They just, the buses just look like that, I guess. I don't know, that's weird to me. Feels like something's wrong, but I guess it's working, so that's okay. In other news, I also upgraded these coils to the Naquita coils. So that's able to produce higher tier metals. The primary one that I needed would be in trinium. So the trinium is able to be smelted. I forgot what I needed it for. I feel like it was for the fusion controller, though. Oh, you know, I think I remember. It's for the supercon coils? No, I'm wrong. I don't know why I needed it, but I needed it, so I made these coils. So let's build our megavac down here. I want to hide it because I think it's really ugly. So we're going to put it like in the floor of the basement that nobody goes in. So let's build this thing. And there it is. Is it done? Let's take a look underneath. Yeah, I hate this thing. Looks like I need a bunch more casing. That's okay. Just give me 100 more. These are cheap. No big deal. So I'll put those down. Oh, I'm inside of it. Okay. The forbidden room, the inside of your megavac. Okay. So what did you place over here? Okay, makes sense to me. I guess we're just going to leave this stuff as is for the most part, because all my IO will come in from the top somewhere over here. So this is my power backbone and 82 backbone right here. We're just going to have it run down suspiciously, and then it's going to reach this thing down here. I realized I didn't put it center now. I put it off center, but no one's going to see this anyway, so I don't care. Okay, yeah, this thing's OP. Hold up. Let's switch over to using this. Yeah, you could say this thing's growing on me. Said I didn't like it, but 14 seconds for like almost 2.5 stacks of those ingots is pretty good. I have a bit of a curse set up over here. I have a export bus going into an interface. The export bus has ore dictionary cards and acceleration cards for the hot ingots on it. Goes into a interface, goes into a storage cell, goes into the advanced stocking input bus, and that's how we're running it. So that's the way we're going to be doing these from now on down here. It is tucked away and hidden down here, though. I have a new interface here as well. This is for any, like, on-demand liquid recipes I want to do, like, mostly just liquid helium and stuff, and I think there's other stuff, like liquid oxygen, that might be helpful as well. And these ones might want to finish up one recipe. But yeah, this will be the last thing these guys do, then I'll deconstruct this and put something else in its place, because, yeah, that thing is a huge improvement down there. It's doing the higher tiered ingots much more slowly, but having the lower tiered ones be done in such an insane quantity is still super helpful to me, I think. So yeah, let's tear this guy down. I took everything out that is already relevant, so I'm going to be able to reclaim a whole bunch of channels, which is nice. Okay, next project. This is going to be a little bit of an annoying one. I might actually need to take some time in between episodes to do this. But to finish off my LSC, I have my 64 amp hatches. I do foresee a problem with this, though. If I attach 64 amp LUV to this, there is a chance that I overdraw from this cable and burn it. That would be really bad, because that would basically brick my entire base, and that's backup territory, because if this whole cable goes, I don't know what I'm going to do. So, solution to that is to rewire the base before we do the upgrade to the hatches. So what that's entailing is a lot of draconium cables to be created. So I'm smelting up draconium for the first time now. A whole lot of it. We're going to need more than that. And it's about 10 seconds per ingot. I want to do 8x cables of it. That's 64 amps. I could transform. See, that's annoying though. If I transform this, see, this is the good news though, the way I designed this base. If I want to transform this power, all I have to do is go to all these different outputs here and put a transformer here to go down, back down to LUV or whatever tier that I'm currently at. So I have like pretty easy like stop gaps in between every zone, you know? And I just got to not blow up the mega vacuum freezer, which is okay. We will not forget that. Maybe I can even put that somewhere over here, just like hide the cable to it so that I don't forget that in the future, you know? That seems a good idea to me. But yeah, otherwise, I do like the transformer idea. So the idea with the draconium cables, I want to get 8x's. Maybe I can do... No, that's not smart. How hard is it to make a transformer right now? These transformers should be easy to make, actually. Like, I can go up to ZPM with this. So I could transform from like 64 amps of LUV, divide that by 4, 16 amps of ZPM. So therefore, I don't need the 64 amperage cable. I could actually do a 2x cable and then upgrade it later. See, now we're thinking. So I have 16 amps of ZPM going through there, and then I just need these simple transformers that go from ZPM to LUV everywhere. And like, what can I make 10 of them? Yeah, I can. It's pretty easy. It's just indium, which I'm actually having plenty of right now, because I've fully patterned out indium. I think I talked about it earlier. Nothing stopped me from crafting hundreds of thousands of indium at this point. Like if I even want 2,000 of it. Okay, yeah, you're trolling me a little bit with the lapis and the sulfur, but we can make those things automated as well. This just has to turn on. This just has to be produced somewhere else. I think I can make that from the blaze farm actually. But yeah, indium's not a problem anymore for me because I have it all patterned as a meteors. So like if you want more reasons to do meteors, people always say like, oh, indium is a huge bottleneck in this part of the game for you. It's like, no, it really isn't anymore. We're kind of chilling. Oh, also the reason that it was asking for lapis in there, I don't have it automated right now. I actually have the production of aluminum dust patterned. So I asked for aluminum dust, it's gonna macerate lapis lazuli, which is maybe a little bit ridiculous, but I need to automate that in a way that makes sense, and that'll be done over here fairly soon because this has lazulia in it. Yeah, that's something for future me to figure out. But yeah, we solved a lot of problems today, guys, and there's more to come. My next big project is these giant fluid shapers. I'm almost done building these multis, but we're going to finish that up next time, I think. And these are also going to be universal with every pattern. Every single different fluid shaper shape that you could possibly want is going to go into these, and we're going to stack them vertically. It's going to be a huge upgrade, because right now I use an extruder for everything, and it's very slow. It's actually still this one over here. I put this down so long ago. It's going to be annoying to repattern everything, but once it's done, oh my god, we're going to have an extreme boost in crafting capacity, and it's going to feel really good. And hopefully it can take me out of LUV with that. And once I finish that, once I finish the power, I think we're going to be able to start approaching fusion. Maybe a couple episodes. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, until next time, guys. Ooh, this formed. Look at that. It finally is not like that weird color anymore. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Very rambly kind of episode this time. A little bit of yap. I haven't been around in a while in this world, so I'm kind of just talking through a lot of stuff. So regardless, hope you guys had a good time. And if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I'm getting back into the swing of things. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I will see you next time. Hope you have a good day.